Hey, welcome back to another episode of Yoshi's Island. We're gonna start with 4-1. I think it's called Go Mario Go, isn't it? Go, go Mario! Go, go Mario, you mighty morphin Mario! Alright, there's a lot of Koopa Troopas in this level. They actually are, they're paratroopas because they have the wings. I think there are some Koopa Troopas though. Yeah, like that guy, he was just going for a little brisk walk. Did you see that? I just couldn't help myself. I had to take him out. Alright. Oh yeah, this is the only level in the game, by the way, that has Goombas in it. Unless I'm just completely blanking and there's another one. Pretty sure this is the only level in the game where there are, like, Goombas in it, which is kind of a shame. I don't know why they're not in here more often. Or, like, more. Seems like the Shyguys are the main enemies of the Yoshi Island game, you know? Like, you deal with a lot of, like, Shyguys and not very many, not very many, whatchamacallit, Goombas. You know, and I think, call me crazy, am I remembering this correctly? Is this the first game to really use Shyguys since the Super Mario Brothers 2? The American version, because, you know, turns out, that's not even the real Super Mario Brothers 2. The Lost Levels is the Super Mario Brothers 2. Ouch. I guess they didn't like me divulging company secrets. But anyway, oh, man, he shot me. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 2 in the United States is not actually Mario Brothers. This is a pretty common, oh yeah. About to deal with our favorite mechanic. Watch out for... Oh, they're not spawning yet. Hang on. Watch out for the fuzzies. Anyway, as I was saying, like... So, to my understanding, it's kind of common knowledge, like, but, like, to my understanding, Mario Brothers 2, was really difficult, and so they were like, you know... We're going to release a different Mario Brothers 2 because we don't think that they can handle the difficulty of Mario Brothers 2. Oh, there we go. You gotta be careful. There's death pits here. Oh yeah, that's something that happens. Yoshi just automatically starts running on his own if you're not careful. And I don't think I explained it the first time, but the fuzzies don't have a timer. You just get to a certain point, and it just, like, he gets better all of a sudden. But yeah, like I was saying, if I can remember what I was saying, damn. Oh yeah, Mario Brothers 2, it was like a game called Doki Doki Panic, and I think the Shyguys were the enemies in that game, you know? But like, I don't know, maybe they were trying to acquire the rights or they just took the rights to the Shyguys, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that this is the first game since Mario Brothers 2 that they had the Shyguys in them. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because like... That was what, 2 or 3 games in between? Mario Brothers 3, Mario Land, maybe Mario Land 2, Mario World, like 3 or 4 games maybe, and like then all of a sudden Shyguys are the main enemy of Yoshi's Island. Scratch 3 boxes, gain some lives. There's a toady. There's a Mario. So usually they're right next to each other. At least 2 of them are right next to each other. I think this is literally the same one that I got the first time I showed this one. Alright, now we're going to move on to... It might actually be a good idea just to go through the bottom left one, or bottom right one. I don't know. Anyway, now we're going to the next level, which is called the Cave of the Lakitus. Lack of me, lack of you, lack of two. I think there's like stars up here somewhere if you like go to the right spot. I could just be wrong. Probably wrong. I thought there was a life or stars or something. One of these pipes is the right one. There we go. Alright. And they call it the Cave of the Lakitus, but there are sure a lot of Koopas here. But they call it that because of all the Lakitus here, which, pow! We got the power. Wow, that was an accident. I was trying to hit the thing up there. Knock that clanker off. I think this is this a key or is this just like stars? Ouch! That guy got me. I totally thought it was the one up top. This, I think I mentioned it like before, but like I really like this song. There's something about it that just kind of feels like, I don't know, mystical or mythical. I think it's the chimes in the background, but I don't know. I don't know. It's also kind of like, you know, like watch out, some stuff's about to happen. I don't know. Ooh. And we go down here. I think this is like, yeah. Is this one about to explain the flutter kick jump? Yoshi begins to fall, hovering by pressing B again to hover some more. Use this technique and the magnifying glass to get all 5 red coins, or you can just like go with it. Yeah, the flutter kick is nice, but I kind of prefer Earthworm Jim's like helicopter head. I'm gonna play Earthworm Jim at some point. I'll probably play through part 2, even though I've actually never completed part 2. But I used to play the first one all the time. Like, I loved the first game. I had the computer version, the special edition on the computer. I've never recorded anything, you know, Steam related. I was thinking about buying the Steam port and doing a playthrough of that because like it's the one I grew up with, but like, you know, I also have like the ability to play it on the Switch, so it's not, and on my Wii because I have it on the Wii. So like it's not really that big a deal, but like there are a few levels missing from the game. Like there's a couple extra levels from the special edition. Plus like it's got like the best audio quality and stuff, which I usually don't care about that, but like there's some really funny stuff that's in that game that they don't do in the console port, and I think it's probably because they either didn't think about it or it just didn't make it, and the special edition it made it. But like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it anytime soon. I'm just like talking about it. I might get it on Steam and play the computer version so that I can actually kind of like figure out how to record on, you know, how to figure out how to record like computer, like games on the computer in case there's some stuff on Steam that I want to get and play. You know, because, you know, I gotta figure it out at some point if I'm gonna play it. Why would I limit myself, you know? I do have some games on Steam. I don't really do Steam. I'd have to remember what, you know, the password was and what email address it was under and stuff. But, like, I have some games I could play if I can figure that out. They're point-and-click adventure type games that were on, like, you know, sale one day. Of course, I have, like, the first Borderlands. I have, like, 5 different copies of Borderlands 1. That was one of them. But I don't remember what else I had on there. There was, like I said, a point-and-click adventure game thing. Like, I got, like, the game Scratches, Still Life 1 and 2, and then one other game. I don't remember what it's called. It starts with an N. And then there's another game that I immediately got stumped with and couldn't figure out how to, like, get through. Okay. Scratch and match. Same deal. Okay, let's test this theory about trying the bottom right corner. Okay, so there's a Mario. Is this one going to be Mario or a Toadie? It's Mario 2. I'm going to do this one. He's a Toadie. They either must be just giving me the same one over, because I'm pretty sure that that doesn't always work. It's not always the same one. This level. Don't look back. Like, this one kind of sucks because it's like pitfalls. The heck was that? Why was there like a million... What? Why was there like a million eggs there? And of course, you know, these platforms we got introduced to a few levels ago. You jump on them. They, you know, have... They have a number counter. And when you jump off of it after that, you know, final number, like, yeah. Not doing so great. I usually jump, though, because, like, balloons take forever, man. Red coin. I don't really care about it that much. Get out here. I think this is the level where they start introducing one enemy that's really annoying. It should be popping up here in a second if this is that level I'm thinking of. I think there's just money here. I don't think there's like anything. There's like that, you know. Oh yeah, I guess there are some red coins. If, you know, I'm starting to not care about it again. Like the wind, like I said, I think in episode 1, like I'm starting to get to a point where like the wind is like coming out of my sails, and I don't really care too much about trying to get stuff and just like having a good time going through the game. Like I just would rather have a good time going through the game instead of focusing on like all the extra stuff. Oh yeah, there's this. Well, that was disappointing. You can get a life there. That's basically what that was. Like an old-fashioned Super Mario Brothers 1, you know, kill, what, 5 or 6 enemies with a turtle shell and get like a life. Ah, there's that guy. It's a little toadie. Like that shows up. And there's like 2 different types of toadies. There's the toadie. I just realized I haven't died yet. So, or well, I have died, but I mean, I haven't died by Mario squalling. But like, so that, I guess I'll demonstrate that at some point. I'll intentionally lose, I'll lose a life intentionally, so by like taking a hit, you know. But so what that guy does is he just runs off with Mario. Those guys only show up if you get hit. But like there's green ones, and the green ones are just like randomly in, like they're in a couple of levels. And you know, they're just kind of like chilling out, like, you know, and they'll come at you to try to steal Mario. But yeah, there's not much left to this level. This is pretty much the end of it, isn't it? And there's like a secret exit if you ride this all the way and get all the way over to the side, right? Don't really think I need the lives. I mean, I think I'm already pretty much maxed out, aren't I? Oh, man. It's almost like, you know, it wouldn't have really been that big of a deal if it was at the spot where I didn't have, like, the flowers, but the fact that it stopped literally in between two flowers is almost like rubbing salt in the wound, you know what I mean? Alright, now it is this level. This level is just a time-consuming level. A lot of these levels are starting to get really long. I'm kind of surprised I'm already at the fourth level in this one, the marching whatever fortress. Kind of surprised I've even like made it here at this point, because the last two episodes were like really far along. But of course, like I'm also like, you know, let's be real, like I said, I'm starting to not care as much. Oh man. I hope the dentist doesn't charge it too much. I'm really starting to hit that point again where it's like, you know, I don't really care about getting stuff. If it's out of the way, I'm not gonna go for it, you know. You know, like I said, I've never 100%ed this game. And I don't ever really plan on it, because to me this is not one of those games that you 100%. Alright, let's see. Ooh, this is fun. I don't remember what this is called. The brick break? So you basically have brick break here. Why? I don't know. There's some sniffets. Another Mario Brothers 2 enemy. Basically just a Shy Guy with like a gun mask. But there's gonna be a point later in the game where like I think it's in the 8th level of this world. There will be a point where you literally play Brick Break with those. And I haven't played Brick Break in a long time. I always remember liking the game, but also like I always remember playing like specifically the Brick Break in Jumpstart 3rd grade. I don't have those games anymore. I doubt they would even work on the computer. I don't know if they're on Steam. But the third one was like, you know, you played as a robot named Spot. I think it was Spot. I think his name was Spot. And like, because I just kind of think it's funny because like in Math Blasters, like the robot in that one I think is also named Spot, but it's not the same Spot. Oh yeah, by the way, there's those guys. These guys are like the opposite bandits. Instead of running at you, they try to run away, but when you get the coin, they come at you to steal Mario. But yeah, so Polly is the name of the antagonist. She is the daughter of a super smart inventor, and she went through time and kidnapped all of these like important figures through time, like, you know, Van Gogh and like I think Van Gogh, but you know, like Galileo and stuff like that, and they never invented what they invented, and so you have to like go through the entirety of their house, and rescue that historical figure and take them back to where they are so that they can invent whatever it was they were going to invent. It's an interesting like concept for a game. It's pretty fun. It's got some stuff like Brick Break and various different other things in it. And like the Brick Break was like, the version of the Brick Break was like, I don't remember what exactly it was like you were in, but it was like Spot was shrunk down to the size of a molecule or something, and you're like inside some kind of living animal or living being, and like using Brick Break to destroy viruses or something like that. I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these keys. I think every room has like a midway point, and it's very easy to like die in some of these. Okay, so this one doesn't have a midway point, so I kind of wished I would have saved that midway point until after I had like opened that door. But like anyway, so yeah, so there was that. There was like something to do with like a terrarium, I think. There was, you had to feed this like hungry robot in the kitchen. It was great. If I could, I would probably play it. Maybe I wouldn't probably go through the entirety of it because there was like 25 different people you have to save, and I think like a run could take like 20 minutes or something like that. And I wouldn't want to do 25 episodes of it. Another one I'd want to do was the original Jumpstart 4th Grade. Jumpstart 4th Grade, it's interesting because the one I grew up with, I don't even know if they still make it, but like the one I grew up with was this like monster circus island thing, where like this witch turned all the kids from your class into like monsters, and then you gotta go like rescue them and save them. And it's the same kind of deal. You have like 25 kids you gotta rescue, and like each playthrough gets a little bit harder, and like you know, it gets a little bit harder, and it's about like a 20-30 minute thing or something like that. So but man, was it great. It had like a bat who did a Peter Lorre impression. But then like, turns out I never even knew about this. I found out about it when I was trying to look it up, and like it was bringing up something completely different. Apparently that game scared a lot of kids, and you know, parents got mad about it, I guess, and you know, instead of like, I don't know, letting their kids learn to get used to it and safely be exposed to something that was scary so that they can like build up a little character, instead they complained about it to the point where they like made a completely new Jumpstart 4th Grade, and it looks lame as shit. I'm not gonna lie, because the Monster Island thing was really cool. Jumpstart 5th Grade was pretty cool too. You were like a detective. It wasn't as great, but it was pretty good too. Like you were like this kid detective who, you know, went off and did mystery investigations for some reason, and like you see someone get kidnapped, and then you're trying to investigate, and then you end up thwarting like this take over the world plan. Alright, Kirby, what you got going on? Yoshi! Oh dear, well, Marching Mild will pound you to bits. This boss is not too hard. It's just, it can be a little annoying sometimes. because every time you ground pound on it, it splits into more until it gets to the normal size ones. But like that, it's like it. You know, I have attempted to do 100% runs of this game before, and like I said, this is usually where I stop caring about doing it because of like the bosses that get like this, where you see how easy it was that I just got hit. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, sometimes you just, like, you are just, you know, going at it, and then all of a sudden, like, Mario's, like, flying away. It's like, well, that didn't help. That wasn't great. Alright. Just popping my thumbs there. Nice. Alright, well, I mean, that's where I'm going to call the episode here. Appreciate you watching if you watched this point in the video. Really appreciate it. If you played the original Jumpstart 4th grade where it was the Monster Island, let me know what you thought about it. I thought it was great. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.